How to change your life by changing your subconscious mind. Most people try to change their lives by attacking the visible layer, the schedule, the bank account, the relationship, the body, the habits, and sometimes that works for a week. Then the old patterns come back like elastic snapping into place. Why? Because your life is not driven mainly by your conscious intentions. It's driven by your subconscious autopilot, the set of patterns your mind and nervous system run automatically, what you believe is possible, what you expect from people, what you do under stress, what you tolerate, what you reach for when you're tired, what you assume you deserve, and how you act when no one is watching. When your subconscious is programmed for survival, disappointment, or this is just how it is, you can force change with willpower for a while, but you'll feel like you're dragging a heavy sled uphill. When your subconscious is programmed for calm, follow through, and self respect, change becomes lighter, not effortless like magic, but simpler, more natural, more consistent. This guide will show you practical methods to retrain your subconscious so your life stops defaulting to old loops and starts moving toward what you actually want. Number 1. What the subconscious really is. Think of your subconscious as the part of you that learns through patterns rather than arguments. It's not impressed by your motivational speeches. It's impressed by what you repeatedly do, repeatedly imagine, repeatedly feel, and repeatedly accept as normal. Your subconscious controls things like habit loops, emotional reflexes, self concept, expectations, attention, comfort zones. You can consciously decide, I'm going to be confident, while your subconscious is still running. Don't stand out. It's safer to stay small. Guess which one wins under pressure? The subconscious usually wins, not because you're weak, but because subconscious programs are automatic and chart emotion driven. So the real work of life change becomes this: make the desired life feel normal to your subconscious. That's programming. 2. The 5 inputs that program your subconscious. Your subconscious learns through a handful of powerful channels. If you understand these, you can change almost anything. Input number 1, repetition. What repeats becomes familiar. What becomes familiar becomes automatic. Now, input number 2, emotion. Emotion is the glue. The more emotionally charged something is, the deeper it imprints. Input number 3, imagery. Your mind treats vivid imagination like a rehearsal. Rehearsal becomes expectation. Hacked and input number 4, identity. Identity is the master program. If you change the type of person I am, behaviors follow. Hashtag input number 5, environment. Your environment is a silent script. It constantly nudges you toward old behavior or new behavior. When you intentionally combine these inputs, change stops being random and starts being engineered. 3. The biggest misunderstanding: you can't fight the subconscious, you train it. People think programming the subconscious means repeating a phrase until it magically comes true. That approach often fails because the subconscious is not persuaded by words that feel fake. If you say, I am wildly confident, and every cell in your body screams, no, you're not, you're training conflict, not confidence. Instead, think like a trainer. You reward what you want repeated. You practice the state you want. You create tiny wins the subconscious can accept. You rehearse success until it feels familiar. The subconscious is loyal. It will protect the program you've practiced, old or new. So you're not trying to be positive, you're trying to fast install a new default. 4. The sleep state method. There are 2 moments each day when your mind becomes more suggestible: as you're falling asleep, as you're waking up. In these moments, your mental guard relaxes. Your brain is naturally drifting into states associated with memory consolidation and learning. Translation: whatever you feed your mind here has a stronger chance of sticking. How to do it. 1. Pick Vaga. 1. Life change to focus on for 14 days. 2. Create a prompt 10, 15-second end scene that implies you already succeeded. 3. Add one feeling you want to live from. 4. Replay the scene 10 times. As you drift off, that's it. Examples of end scenes. You see your phone showing payment received. You look in the mirror and think, I like how I show up now. You close your laptop after finishing a task and feel calm. A friend says, you've been different lately in a good way. Short scenes beat long movies. Your subconscious learns fastest from clear, repeatable loops. Why this works? Because you're training your mind to expect a new reality. Expectation shapes perception. Perception shapes choices. Choices shape outcomes. 5. Microconditioning. If sleep state work is the deep watering, microconditioning is the daily sunlight. This method is especially powerful if you struggle with consistency, motivation, or overwhelm. Instead of trying to fix your whole life, you install one tiny repetition done repeatedly until it becomes you. The micro rep formula: trigger, state shift, phrase, tiny action. Examples for follow through: phrase, I do the next right step. Tiny action, open the document, write one sentence. For calm, phrase, slow is safe. Tiny action, speak one notch slower in the next conversation. For self-respect, phrase, I honor my yes and my no. Tiny action, delay responding instead of people pleasing. Set 3 reminders a day, each time. Breathe plus phrase x3 plus tiny action. This is how you build a new you without fighting yourself. 6. Identity scripting. If you want change that lasts, don't just change habits. Change identity. Why? Because identity decides what feels natural. If you believe I'm the kind of person who procrastinates, then finishing tasks feels like wearing someone else's clothes. If you believe I'm the kind of person who follows through, then procrastination feels odd and you correct it faster. Identity scripting. Write 5-7 lines that describe who you are now without being unrealistic. Bad: I am perfect and never struggle. Better: I'm becoming someone who handles things sooner. Best: I'm the kind of person who returns to the plan. Strong identity statements. I keep promises to myself. I respond, I don't react. I choose peace over proving. I do small things daily that build my life. I trust myself to figure it out. I'm allowed to have a life I enjoy. Read them out loud, morning and night for 14 days. Out loud matters. Your nervous system responds to your own voice like it responds to the environment as input. 7. Emotional rehearsal. Many people try to change by thinking new thoughts while their body stays stuck in the old emotional state, but the subconscious is deeply tied to the body. If your body is braced, tense, or panicky, it will default to old programs. So you practice the emotional state you want, on purpose, for a short time, daily. 60-second emotional rehearsal. 1. Close your eyes. 2. Imagine a calm, grounded version of you entering a normal day. 3. Let your body copy that calm. Soften the forehead, relax the jaw, drop the shoulders. 4. Ask, how does calm breathe? 5. Keep it for 60 seconds. 6. Immediately take one small action from that state. This is not pretending, this is training. You're teaching your subconscious. This is what it feels like to act from calm. Over time, calm becomes your default, not because life is perfect, but because your nervous system learned a new home base. Sage 8 Revision. Your subconscious doesn't just store what happened, it stores what it meant. If something happened and you concluded, people can't be trusted. I always mess things up. I don't matter. I'm not safe. That meaning becomes a program, and programs repeat. Revision is the practice of rewriting the meaning your subconscious stores. How to revise. 1. Pick one moment that bothered you. 2. Replay it in your mind, but change it. You spoke clearly. You stayed calm. You were respected. You handled it well. 3. Loop the revised version until your body relaxes. You're not denying reality. You're changing the imprint. When the imprint changes, the future response changes. 9. Environment programming. Your environment is constantly programming you, even when you're not paying attention. If you want a new subconscious, make your surroundings match the new story. Also, 3 quick upgrades. 1. Visible cues. Put one short phrase where you'll see it daily. Next right step. Calm is power. Finish small. 2. Friction reduction. Make the good habit easier than the bad habit. Put the journal on the pillow. Put the walking shoes by the door. Keep the distracting app off the home screen. 3. Identity anchors. Objects that symbolize who you're becoming. A notebook titled My New Normal. A calendar with tiny check marks. A single proof folder of wins. Subconscious change accelerates when your space agrees with your intention. Mapshaber 10. Pattern interrupts. Old patterns will still show up at first. That doesn't mean it's not working. It means the old program is playing, and you now have the power to interrupt it. The interrupt sequence. 1. Notice the old pattern starting. 2. Say quietly, cancel. 3. Exhale slowly. 4. Ask, what would the upgraded version of me do next? 5. Do the smallest version of that. That last step matters. The subconscious learns through behavior. Even if the upgraded action is tiny, sending one text, washing one dish, taking one walk around the room, you just voted for the new identity. Votes become identity. Identity becomes life. 11. The 7-minute daily routine. If you want a routine you'll actually keep, use this. 1 minute. Breathe plus relax shoulders, jaw. 2 minutes. Identity script. 3 minutes. End scene visualization. 1 minute. Gratitude for proof. That's it. If you only do one thing, do the sleep state end scene. If you can do 2 things, add identity scripting. Consistency beats intensity. 12. A 14-day new normal protocol. Pick one theme for 14 days. Calm nervous system, follow through. Better relationships, boundaries, money habits, confidence and self-trust, health routines. Then follow this structure. Hazhar daily, night end scene x10, morning, identity script out loud, day, 3 micro reps, so every 3 days. Do 1 revision session at night. Hasishraz. Track proof your subconscious changes faster when it sees evidence. Keep a proof list. Each day write 1 to 3 proof moments. I paused instead of reacting. I did the task for 5 minutes. I didn't chase reassurance. I kept my no. Proof turns the new story into something your subconscious trusts. 13. Common mistakes. Mistake. You change the goal every day. Fix. Choose one theme for 14 days. Your subconscious learns through repetition. Mistake. You use phrases you don't believe. Fix. Make them believable. I'm learning to is powerful. Handshad. Mistake. You wait to feel motivated. Fix. Train. I act even when I don't feel like it, with tiny actions. Mistake. You try to reprogram while staying in chronic stress. Fix. Prioritize nervous system regulation first. Mistake. You interpret setbacks as failure. Fix. Setbacks are practice reps. The only failure is quitting the reps. Map turned 14. How you'll know it's working. Subconscious change often appears as small shifts before big outcomes. You pause sooner instead of spiraling. You recover faster after stress. You accidentally do the thing you used to avoid. You feel less compelled to prove, chase, or explain. You start choosing differently without forcing it. Those are huge wins. They mean the autopilot is changing, and once the autopilot changes, your life changes. 15. A gentle, honest note about deep wounds. Some patterns are not just habits, they're survival strategies built from real pain. If you have trauma, severe anxiety, panic, or depression, subconscious work can still help, but it often works best alongside professional support. You're not broken, you're patterned, and patterns can be healed, especially when you're not doing it alone. 16. The bottom line, your life follows your inner default. Your subconscious is always voting for what feels familiar. So when you practice new familiarity, calm, follow through, self-respect, expectation of good, You aren't just thinking positive, you're installing a new operating system, and that operating system quietly changes what you tolerate, what you pursue, how you respond, what you believe is possible, what you repeatedly choose. That becomes your life.